Hi, my name is Joseph. I'm 40 years old, and I'm just here to just talk a bit about myself. I'm working currently in the hospitality industry near the CBD. My current role is the front office manager, working in a 3.5-star hotel. So before COVID, my duties pretty much includes the day-to-day operations of the hotel. This just includes reservations, check-in, check-outs, taking care of the customer needs, and also amenities, things like that. Unfortunately, it's also have to deal with customer complaints, which makes my role quite challenging but also interesting at the same time. I'm always learning something every day, just by dealing these sort of problems. As my weekends, it's usually pretty routine. So Sunday mornings, I normally play badminton with a group of 30 people, and I've been doing that for the last probably 4 years, 4 years now. It's quite an enjoyable sport. Everyone's into it, so it makes things more fun. And usually after badminton, we normally have lunch close by, have a coffee, and just have a chit chat. It's good to just sit down, talk about the events of the week, and see how things are going between each of us. And it's also a good time for organizing future events, like hiking, finding a restaurant, finding some place to have dinner, things like that. So it was not just badminton, I consider a good group of friends which enjoy sharing our free time together. Besides that, I also enjoy just relaxing at home, just playing games, listening to music, watching Netflix, watching streams. So I do enjoy just some chill times for myself, just doing stuff. What I feel I'm the good at is listening to other people. People I find usually quite comfortable talking to me because I'm a pretty good listener, and I try not to judge. I try to put myself in their shoes, try to be sympathetic, offer opinion if it helps, especially when people not feeling down, especially these days when things aren't going so great. So it's good to have someone to listen to and just tell them hopefully things will get better. One of my worst traits, I think, is that I'm a creature of habit. Thing is, usually if things work well, why bother changing it? It's something that I'm trying to break out of. When you're too comfortable, you don't adapt to change. That's something I need to do. Well, I can do a little bit, but not too drastic a change. That's something I need to improve on. And this also includes meeting new people. So I enjoy going out, but meeting new people is something that I'm still getting the hang of, which hopefully I get to do a lot more after the lockdown. Things that I feel successful doing is improving the things that I like doing. For instance, badminton. I haven't got professional training, but I do enjoy watching training videos, try to get hints, and just trying to improve every week instead of just playing for fun. Sometimes I just want to push myself a bit harder to get that bit better. This also transfers to my work ethic too. I find that even working, if I find something I can do better, I'll do it. Making things easier and smoother would save a lot of time a lot of stress. So I'm always trying to find something to improve on in that situation. Failure for me is for the time being is, as I mentioned, the fear of change. I think change of career is a big step, and so far I haven't had like a need to change career at the moment because I'm quite happy where I am at the moment. The money could be better, but hopefully in the future, like, that would change, and hopefully I'll find a different career path, something new. One of the biggest regret is not trying more stuff out of my comfort zone. I felt like when I was younger in high school, I think that was the best time for me to experiment, try new things. I think if I ask people for more advice, more help, stuff like that, I think that's what I regret most. Not asking for more advice, more help. I was always too shy to talk to people. I think that was one of the things that I wish I could turn back time and do again. As for role models, I didn't really think I had a role model growing up, but I did look up to my older brother, like when I was growing up. Maybe because like I wanted to follow in his footsteps. I wanted to follow what he studied, his passion, his interests, which I did try, but eventually after a while, like, I noticed that it wasn't making me happy. Like, it became more of a burden than something that I didn't enjoy doing. So after I found my own path, I found that I was more happier, that I could find my own way, my own interest. So that was something that I'm glad I figured out also when I was younger. For a partner, I'm just looking for someone to talk to communicate with, someone to spend time with. I think communication is very important. Someone to be with without judgmental. And I think that's something I'm looking forward to. As my personality, I feel myself, I'm quite an introvert. I'm usually quite hesitant to make first contact with someone I'm not familiar with. I tend to hang around the same group of people, and if there's someone new in that group, it makes it, in my opinion, less awkward to have someone mutual, like a mutual friend there. And then you can build a friendship from there. And for me, I feel like I'm quite a loyal friend who people can trust. But it tends to have to go both ways. Like, for me to trust them, they'll have to trust me also. Because once trust is lost, it's really difficult to rebuild it again. Like in the past, when I did feel lost or depressed, I always tried to find the people closest to me. Like, I tried to talk to them and not necessarily work out a solution, but even just talking about it usually helps quite a lot. Like, someone to listen to you is I find is very therapeutic. As for my family, at the moment, I live with my mum, and my older brother lives in Hong Kong. Um, I find my mum and I have a understanding in a relationship. Like we can talk to each other about anything. Anything happens, we can discuss it. We don't always see eye to eye, but at least we're willing to talk about it. It may lead to some arguments, but that usually fades like the arguments, and then we normally get over that hurdle. For my brother, since he lives in Hong Kong, like I don't see him very often. I see him like once, maybe twice a year prior to COVID. Like back then when we were younger, we did fight a lot. We always argued. But in the last few years, like I find like we're okay. Like we can talk about anything. Like he helps me a lot with like problems I have, like at work. So I look for him for support also. So it's really helpful to have him. And as friends I normally hang out with, as I mentioned, I normally play badminton every week. So they're mostly the friends I hang out with every week. The thing is like this, even though the badminton group is quite large, like I tend to only have like a handful of like really close friends I talk to, because the bonds are normally stronger with them. Like I feel a lot more comfortable venting with them. Like they're happy to listen and offer feedback, which I take on quite greatly. As for my health condition, wow, it definitely could be better, that's for sure. Like, I don't eat very healthy, but back then I do exercise quite a bit. Like I normally like to walk, hike, play badminton every week, so I usually try to keep fit that way. But the junk food definitely doesn't help. And especially prior to my current job, I was working like horrible shifts, like 11 p.m. to 7 in the morning, which made my life quite difficult mentally and physically. Because to stay awake, like I was drinking energy drinks, eating unhealthy food, and not sleeping like in proper hours. So ever since I've not worked the graveyards and worked normal 9 to 5, like I find my health has definitely improved dramatically. Like I have a lot more energy now, so I'm quite happy about that. I've quit smoking for the last 9 years now, so I may sneak in 1 or 2 sneaky ones, but like I still feel fine, I still find healthy. So, but like I said, I can definitely improve my health, that's for sure. So as I mentioned, I've been working this job for 10 years. People say to me like I should move on, which is probably true. I've worked there quite a long time, so I do want to find new things to learn, new endeavors. That's something that, like I said, need to break out of my routine. The reason why I'm in this job for so long is probably because my boss has a lot of trust in me to run things when he's away. And my colleagues and I have a good working relationship. We have a really strong bond, we get things done. There's not much friction, so things run pretty smoothly, even though the task ahead can be quite difficult. So that's one thing I've also learned, like having someone working with you who you trust is very important, because things get done much smoother and much easier. So pretty much what I've learned in life is to pretty much treasure the present. Like the time right now and not stress too much about the future. Because in most situations I try to prepare for the worst case scenario while expecting the best outcome. And I try to keep things very optimistic because it does reduce a lot of stress. Because having negative thoughts does not improve the situation. So I try to keep an open mind, and hopefully things turn out very well. And even if they don't turn out well, and even if I did make a mistake, I try to at least learn from it. I think the worst thing to do is not to learn from past mistakes. So that's been very helpful, like to try to keep a strong mindset. Well, that's my take so far, so hopefully most of you agree, and thank you for listening.